Hello everyone and welcome to Golden Nova's First Reacts, where I react first to all the things you want to see reacted to first, as long as I'm the first person you come to react to things first. This is an odd one. We're doing another first react for Mermail Atlanteans. I didn't think they were going to do another wave right after the other one. Legacy support usually only does the one wave, right? Am I missing something? I guess I have to compensate for all the fire decks we've had over the past year with a lot more water. The last wave had some really cool support cards. We had Soul Charge. We had more ways to make our Xyz rank 7s. We had another equip spell that synergized with all of our cards that care about that. It was a pretty wild wave of support that we actually have right now in the TCG. Let's see if the OCG cards help out at all with this. As soon as our co-star Moby here decides to get settled in for the evening. You got some? You doing okay here? Okay, there you go, buddy. Alright. Have yourself a little sit down. Folks, I'm very sorry for the technical difficulties, but Moby must be cozy before we can begin the proceedings. You know how it is. All my cat owners out there know exactly how it has to be. Alright, he's starting to wind down. Let's go ahead and take a look at Roaring Atlantean Poseidra. More Poseidra! Level 7 Water Sea Serpent monster. You can only use the first and second effect of this card once per turn each. Has 2800 attack, 1600 defense. You can send one other water monster from your hand or face-up field to the graveyard to special summon this card from your hand. Okay, so, wow, more things that send water monsters to grave for triggering effects. I'm shocked, I tell you. If this card is normal or special summoned, you can send an Atlantean or Mermail monster from your deck to the graveyard, then target a card your opponent controls and return it to the hand. Oh. So it's Neptibus. It's another big Neptibus that sends Atlanteans and Mermails from the deck as cost. And hey, you know, it's a bounce when it's summoned, so that's pretty nifty. While you control another monster except a copy of this card, your opponent cannot target this card for attacks. That's more of a lore-relevant effect than anything else. I guess just because it's kind of commanding from the rear on its big, gigantic chariot. Let's get can we get a little better look on this one? Can we zoom in on the details? There's like Call of the Atlanteans, I think, is the card where this first shows up. It's really, really bad. So I'm glad we get to see the repurposed version right here. This card is ridiculously solid. It's outrageous. Nearly a free summon as an enabler. Is a level 7 for our rank 7 plays. And then enables another Atlantean or Mermail effect because we get to send it while removing a card from the field. It's any card too. That's outrageous. That's incredible. Abyss Strike, the Atlantean Spirit, rank 7 Water Xyz Sea Serpent, requiring 2 or more level 7 water monsters as material. You can only use the first and third effect of this card once per turn. If this card is Xyz summoned, you can target a level 7 or lower fish, sea serpent, or aqua monster in your graveyard and special summon it. So we're bringing back the fry types with this one. Your water monsters gain 300 attack for each material attached to this card, so you are actually incentivized to attach as many as possible. And third effect, you can detach a material from this card to set an Abyss Trap card directly from your deck. Oh man, there's like 8 of those things. So you have access to all of those. I think Abyss Sphere is probably the most relevant out of all of those. Is the one that summons a Mermail from your deck, destroys it during the end phase, but you can activate spell cards, I think it is. I think that's how that goes. Okay, sorry for the cut. Moby knocked camera stuff over. Okay, so this is just an all-around another solid rank 7 that the theme has access to. This is more of a setup one as opposed to beating stuff up with. So it's nice to have the option for the setup cards. Last is Abyss Team. They're joining forces. Use the first and second effect of this card once per turn. Normal trap card. Draw cards equal to the different number of monster types among the monsters you control that are fish, sea serpent, or aquas of the fry types. Also, you cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck until the end of your next turn, except water monsters. If a face-up water monster you control is destroyed by battle or card effects while this card is in the graveyard, you can banish this card to add a Mermail monster from your graveyard or banishment to your hand. Oh, okay, so it's a team-up until we get to the good cards, and then it's all about Mermails. Okay, so we can set this off of Atlantean Spirit, detach, get a Abyss team on board. Because Strite summons a Fry type on summon, we get to effectively, like, this is a Sea Serpent. If we summon a fish or an Aqua, we get to set a trap card that draws us 2, and then draws us 3 if we can get the third part of that. That's kind of nutty, actually. It lets you, like, build up your board, and then you get to draw deeper for, like, hand traps and stuff. I'm a fan. And then it has a recursion from the graveyard. So this card is actually kind of goofy. In the context of like how modern Yu-Gi-Oh plays, this card rocks. I love it. Okay, so what can we expect out of these ones? We have easier access to triggering our effects with Poseidra. Even if you do not have a water monster in hand that triggers off of that by itself, you're going to be able to send one from your deck. So you're going to have a trigger no matter what. And I believe we can send, Atlantean Dragoons that searches all manner of cards. Or all manner of Sea Serpents, but it searches out the Atlantean Prince, I think. And then that's a huge combo enabler on its own. Another rank 7. This gives us a bunch of advantage, which is really nice. And Abyss Team, which draws us a bunch of cards. I think that the future of Atlanteans is looking pretty bright. I guess I'm still skeptical. I don't know. Something just feels... I think maybe I'm being pessimistic here, and what Atlantean Mermails needed all along was a way to recoup a lot of the costs, because while the effects being synergistic with what we were sending to the graveyard was nice, eventually you would run out of steam and you wouldn't have anywhere else to go. Abyss Team kind of solves that by giving us a draw 3 and locking us into water extra deck summons too, not even just main deck ones, but just water extra deck summons, is fantastic. Because the list already has a huge access to really great water monsters anyway, so... I'm sure there are some things you're giving up, like the random Big Eye play, I guess, but I don't know. I don't think that's too big of an issue. This is a great second wave of support, and there might even be more. We may not even have seen the full extent of what Supreme Darkness has in store for our fishy friends. But I don't know what you have in store for our fishy friends. What's the catch of the day? What are we enabling now that we have access to effectively a better level 7 enabler, a really cool rank 7 for going first, and a card that draws us 3? Let me know down below because I want to see what's going on. And until the next time Konami drops some delicious spoilers, I will see you next time. Bye-bye. Today's episode is brought to you by Dragon Shield. Get the sleeves as strong as dragon scales and get 5% off your order by using the coupon code GoldenNova at checkout. It was also brought to you by my lovely patrons, including this month's illustrious Quasar Commanders, Upstairs Media, and the Wizard Moose, Nebula Navigators, 3rd Dynasty, 50 Gigabits, Ada Basilisk, Adam Zajdel, Owexotoe Hime, Anansi Dragon, Ancient Wizard, Andrew Newman, Kane Senpai, Christopher Fuss, Clockswork, Comrade Copperbottom, Eric, Frankie, Garland Chaos, Great Big Pillock, Hair Bear, Happy Majin, Harry the Ominous Benefactor, Iron Zero, Iskander 711, Carp, Mana Charge, Marion James E. Picata, Megacone B is entering the Chrysalis, Millennia Asta, Mern, Muse Clark, Nathan Vig, Natiel Lee Alexander, Orozco 09096, Panther J, Pat Poos, Rebel King Lucifer, Red Eyes Jackalow, RJ the Jank Monarch, Serenity Towns, The Critic of Innocence and Thievery Coast, Cosmic Crusaders Beden von Titty Sprinkles, Beelzephyr Fish, Beluga Masta, Blitzwolf, Chaz Ghost, Dr. Reaper RIP, Eva Padilla, Hike Boyagian, Herbal D, Ignis Heat the True Draco Slayer, Inblink, Kale the Dragon, Kevon Public, Lobomaru02, Manga Pages, Matt Simmons, McSpoofy, Michael Shimabukuro, Mike, Nitromo, Nyx, Obsidian, Shizuka Nijimura, Sophie, apparently, Stephen Williamson, Taylor Seymour, The Legendary Raven, The Phantom Knights of Shitted Pants, The Gene, The Pokemon 52, Tiger X2476, Weasel King of Weaseltown and Zaldureka, as well as all the lovely Starlight Explorers you see on screen now. If you'd like to help me in my journey to cover all of Yu-Gi-Oh's archetypes, get my videos early, be a part of these credits and other awesome perks, it would mean the world to me if you would check out the link to my Patreon in the description or consider joining as a YouTube member.